We're going to be ready in about 2 more minutes. All right, Zoom, TikTok. Hey, family. How's it going? Baruch haba and shalom. Okay, I see you back on. Welcome. Okay, family. So this is the School of Confidence, and we're going to continue talking on dismantling some of the things that block us from having confidence. And even in my research, I want to share with you guys before we start, I started researching what is really affected when we don't have confidence. What areas of our lives is affected? And man, there's a lot of areas in life that are affected when we don't have confidence. And so before I I think we did 10 things that we need to dismantle that hinders us having unstoppable confidence. All right, so before we start, I want to say this. Let me name some of the areas, guys. Unbelievable when I did my research. And so the first area is personal relationship. Personal relationships. Do you realize a lot of times people they actually make decisions on relationships based upon their confidence or lack of confidence, right? Okay, y'all need to respond to me on this, right? Some of us are actually making decisions about what relationship we'll get into based on the measure of our confidence. And so, if you're lacking confidence, low self esteem, you guys can hear me right on Zoom. Y'all got me on Zoom? You guys can hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Good. Thank you for the heart. And so, difficulties in forming relationships or even choosing good relationships or something better that's for you, that's better. Some people do it based on confidence or lack of confidence. Career advancement. A lot of people who lack confidence, right? Their low confidence hinder their job performance. It limits their job opportunities. It limits their professional growth, right? It deters individuals from seeking promotions or new opportunities. Here's another one, public speaking. And we don't mean like, we're not talking about at some major conference you have to get up and speak. That's not what I'm talking about. When we say public speaking, we're speaking like at work. Say that there's a meeting going on at work, right? And you actually say nothing, like you're too shy or you lack the confidence, I guess, of whatever it is that you want to say, you just don't have the confidence to say. And so at that meeting, whether it's a board meeting, if it's a meeting in your particular department, people actually lack confidence speaking up. And so when you don't speak up, it actually hinders your growth in business. It hinders your growth and career opportunities, right? And it limits you from having a voice to contribute to your company or the company you work for, the organization you work for. It limits your contribution. Here's another thing that a lack of confidence affects your decision making. Now, this is huge. That's huge because most people don't think that, okay, I make good decisions or I've made pretty decent decisions, but a lot of decisions are based on your confidence or a lack of confidence. And so a lack of confidence can lead to indecisions. It can lead to second guessing and it can lead to lesser choices. And of course, we talked about like that first one, right? Perfectionism, right? That it can also lead to fearing of making a mistake. And so decision making is contributed to your confidence or your lack of confidence. And this is a time where we need to walk in great confidence. This is a time where so many voices need to be heard. This is why I truly believe that we have social media now and social media platforms, because it has taken us out of a place of limitations, being hindered, our voice being hindered, sharing, you know what I'm saying? And so I want to encourage you to think on these things as we're talking about confidence or lack of confidence. Here's another thing that affects you having a lack of confidence: self image. Now, this is huge. Let me tell you why. Because now these standards of how we should look, all right, is on so many different platforms. And now we're like comparing ourselves. Oh, I need to look like this, or I need to look like that. I want to say to you, you need to look exactly the way you look. There's a look that you have that's going to capture and captivate people that are looking for people who look like you and sound like you, who wants to hear what you have to say. So, to have a negative image of yourself is going to impact your self esteem, body image. Well, what standards are those? The body image you need is the body image you want to have. Okay, so I go to the gym every week, right? And after having three kids, for me, I'm like, okay, I have to feel healthier now. If you decide, okay, I can't become a size 6, a size 8, I can only, I've worked out and I'm only down to a size 12, and there are people that are looking for you, your size, your shape, your color, your style, your flavor, your flair. They are. They're looking for you, and they're not expecting you to conform to anyone else's image other than yourself. And so, low self esteem will have you or make you hard on yourself. It'll make you real hard on yourself, and it'll make you feel inadequate. But I want to encourage you, here at the School of Confidence, we teach you that you are bad just being you. You are awesome, everything about you. And if you want to level up on a few things, that's cool. Okay, be your best, right? Be your best. Why? Because you owe you, but you don't owe anybody else. Just remember that. If you want to level up in your appearance, if you want to level up to whatever that is to you, that's cool. But you do it for you and no one else. The last thing I want to share is your academic performance. A lack of confidence actually impacts your performance in school or at work in terms of your performance and participation. So you'll find yourself not wanting to participate. I'll stay in my office or I'll stay home. And a lot of people are really starting to live virtually. You guys know that, right? Like, a lot of people are living more virtually than they are in the real world. So they prefer to stay home. Why? Because they have a lack of esteem and a lack of confidence, right? Even in performance, it could be jogging outside. And you're like, well, okay, if I go to the park, people are jogging faster, or people are sprinting, or people are really doing it, and I can't walk that fast. Yeah, a lack of confidence would have you thinking like that. And remember, we said overthinking, right? Having you to just think a little too much, and it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. So here's the last thing I want to say: risk taking and mental health has also become major in a lack of confidence. I want to highlight the mental health one. Chronic low confidence can contribute to anxiety, it can contribute to depression and other mental health issues. Just think on that for a minute. Mental health issues can come from a lack of confidence, y'all. It makes me think, is it worth it? Is it worth my peace? No. And so if you feel like you have anxiety, most likely it may come from a lack of confidence, a confidence in your performance on your job, right? You may feel like I don't do it the best. Okay, if you know you don't do it the best, then work at it. Remember, we're not born with confidence. We build confidence. And how do we build confidence? We build confidence by actually mastering whatever it is. You can master your job, you can master a skill, you can master your position at your job, you can master whatever your business is. The more you start mastering things little by little, the more you start growing and building your confidence. And so here's the third thing in terms of what we need to dismantle so that we can create unstoppable confidence. I never knew so many people lack confidence. Listen, God created you and me the way He created us. And if you're lacking confidence, then it's time for you to work on that. It's time for you to start building it so that you can be the best that you can be. And so that those that have been waiting to hear from you and to see you and the service you have to offer and the product you have to offer, people are ready to see you. People are ready to patronize you. People are ready to, right? To come to know you and to walk out your journey together. So here's the last thing that you need to dismantle for today. It is the fixed mindset. Now remember, it's a paradigm. Like your lack of confidence is a paradigm. It's a mindset, meaning your mind has been set on something or you fixed your mind to think a certain kind of way, right? And it could be based on environment, it could be based on the things that you've gone through. And so you have to now shift your paradigm about you first. Shift your paradigm about your appearance. Shift your paradigm about your abilities. Shift your paradigm about why you are existing in the earth. Because you have a purpose. You're not an accident. God made no mistakes with you. And you need to shift your paradigm. And you need to do it day by day, little by little. It doesn't have to be overnight. But this is something you need to do. And the more you do it, you're going to increase in your skills, your abilities, even stepping out. You're going to increase. Things are going to start changing, right? And so, how do I deal with this mindset, this negative mindset, right? So, we're going to dismantle and we're going to adopt a growth mindset. So, I want to challenge you today before I get ready to go. I want to challenge you and I want to say this. I challenge you to say, I'm going to take on a growth mindset. I don't care what's happening with me daily. I'm growing in whatever is happening to me. I'm growing. I'm growing and learning a lesson. Remember, if we fail, failure is really the road to success. Every successful person will tell you they failed at something or they failed so many times and suddenly they hit success. And so it's okay for you to fail, but you're going to have a mindset when you fail or if you make a mistake, it's an opportunity to grow. It's a moment to grow, right? It's an absolute moment to grow. And you say, God, thank you for this thing that has taken place today because it's giving me the opportunity to grow. And so keep that mindset. I'm going to challenge you to do it for 30 days. I don't care what happens. Even if you get a call on bad news, I want you to say, this is an opportunity for me to have a growth mindset. How am I going to respond to the bad news? How am I going to respond to the phone call? How am I going to respond to the email? How am I going to respond to this text? And I'm going to respond out of myself growing. Yeah, out of growing because you are growing. And so I want to decree over you really quickly. I decree and declare that you are shifting your mindset about yourself first and foremost. I decree and declare that you are taking a different approach and a perception about yourself. I decree and declare that you, within these 30 days, you're not only going to love yourself, you're going to like yourself. I decree and declare that as the fixed mindset is shifting to a healthier place and you are adopting a growth mindset, you're also dismantling the comfort zone. You're dismantling the fear of judgment. I decree and declare you're not afraid to do it. You're stepping out and you're dismantling that fear of judgment. I decree and declare that you are dismantling the comparison syndrome, that you'll compare yourself to no one other than maybe your old self as you are walking forward to that new you, to that new you. I decree and declare I decree and declare that you are competing with no one but the old you. I decree and declare it. And I want to say, as I end my declarations, right? I want to say this. There is, when God made you, for men, he said he created man, right? He took dirt and water, thus, and he created man. But for women, he said he fashioned you. And so God fashioned you a certain way. And this is a time, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we're going to build unstoppable confidence because there are positions waiting for you in the political arena. There are positions waiting for you in the economical industry, which is business, commerce. There are positions waiting for you in the medical industry. And people are going to need you to be confident about who you are and what you are doing. I decree and declare that you're going to dismantle the inner critic monologue and you're going to start speaking wonderful things to yourself. You're going to be kind to yourself and you're going to give yourself much grace. All right, family. Thank you for kicking it with me again. I love you guys. I'm your girl, April P. Well, and this is the School of Confidence. I'll see you guys on next week. Y'all know how I like to end this, right? I love you guys. Baruch, Hava, and Shalom. All right. I need strength for the morning.